don't know if I say that yet, but we're gonna go with it. I went to Joann Fabrics this morning. It's Sunday and I went like 5 minutes after they opened at 10 a.m. and apparently they must restock their remnants on Sundays because I have never had so many awesome remnants to choose from. So I wanted to go through, kind of do a remnant haul, and then also talk about why I choose certain remnants, if there's any projects I have in mind for the remnants that I got, or if you are trying to sew on a budget, what you should look for when buying remnants. So here's my bag. I actually have, if you are following along with my Renfest journey, I ran out of elastic. So elastic, my first couple things I bought. We're just gonna go with the flow. I don't have a script or anything for this. So the first remnant is this silver metallic, 20% cotton, 80%, I can do math, 80% polyester, not for wearing apparel. I just saw that little note on the tag. But it is a mermaidy silver, shiny, pearlized texture fabric. I got 0.667, so 2/3 of a yard. It was supposed to be $22, so all Joann's remnants are 50% off of their original price, so I got this for $11. And I grabbed this because it's thick, there's a good amount of it, and I have this idea to do like a mermaid corset for Renfest, and I thought this could be used as part of it for scales or for something with that, so I'm going to wear it, but we'll see what that is. The next remnant I got is this faux alligator skin. I got half a yard for $17.49, so again 50% of that. And plans for this are to use it to make a corsety belt type situation for Renfest, kind of call it like a dragon scale belt or something like that. So that's the plan and the reason I bought that. So when I'm buying remnants, there's a couple things I look for. Those specialty fabrics are really nice, especially those thicker kind of upholstery style fabrics, really good for leather looking corsets that I will use for Renfest, or like I said, kind of a mermaid, kind of a dragony scale type of corset. For me, I can do a corset. I look for a yard of fabric to really feel confident in making a corset. So for both of these, I went with the half yard for the alligator. That was fine. If I'm looking at like a belt situation, that's half yard is probably gonna be plenty for that. And the other one will most likely be some sort of accent material. So about a half yard or more. I try not to go less than a half of a yard when I'm doing my remnants, just to make sure it's really, I'm really getting some good fabric. Other things I look for are about a yard or so of quilting cotton, and at a 50% off price, that's generally a really good deal. And I will use those for linings for corsets. Usually a lining is about what I get out of it. It's nice to have those lying around because I will go out, I will buy my fabric for my next bodice or corset pattern and bring it home and be all excited, and then not even think about what I'm going to line it with. So I like 100% cottons. They are breathable, easy to clean, and they work really well. So this is a white on white bubble print. There are some little white printed, it's a white 100% cotton. So this would be really fun, I think, to dye to make something kind of cool. This could actually be the external fabric of a corset. I found this Celestial Shooting Star quilting cotton, and they had 3/4 of a yard for, oh, I forgot to tell the price of that last one. I got 1 yard of this. It was $6, so $3 for 1 yard of quilting cotton. This Celestial one I got 3/4 of a yard for just under $10, so a little less than $5, 100% cotton. That one will be definitely a lining, probably a lining for like a corsety belt. Might actually be cool to try to make that into something reversible. This would be fun for that. This is, oh, I didn't notice, this is less than half a yard. So that's a little disappointing. It is a 100% cotton green, just kind of a basic green. It's a little thicker than your traditional quilter's cotton, and it is 0.44 yards for $4.43. So It's thicker, so that's why I think I didn't really notice that it was less than half a yard, but it will still work for a lining, like I said, for a lining of like a corset belt. That would be fine, or I always have remnants of my remnants, so I can pair them together and do a couple pieces of this for a lining, a couple pieces of something else. And the last quilting cotton I got is exactly 1 yard at $5.99 of this kind of autumn florally print. It really reminded me of my peplum bodice that I made. So I grabbed this, and this I got for $5.99, so it will come out to $3, and it's some leaf print, so super easy lining fabric. As far as saving money goes, I would much rather use something I spent $3 on to do a lining where no one's going to see it than spend real money on that type of fabric. The next thing I always look for when I am looking for remnants are canvas, because canvas is really good to use if you are on a budget for inner lining for corsets. A lot of historical corsets will say to use coutil, and coutil is super expensive in my experience. So canvas is straight woven, whereas coutil is more of a twill weave. So it's not as strong, it's not as moldable, but it's strong. It's got some good tension. It can hold up to some tension from a corset, and it's a lot less expensive. So they happen to have just under a yard of this burgundy duck canvas, which is what I usually go for, duck canvas for inner linings. So just under a yard of that for $12.26, $6, and 0.8 yards of this light pink duck cloth, duck canvas. So originally $12.99 each, which is nice because I used to get duck canvas for $10 a yard, and that was expensive. That was their regular price just about a year ago, and I think prior to that I would usually find it for $7 to $8 a yard and on sale for 50% off pretty often. So right now this is a really good steal for me. Hopefully the price of this stuff comes down. And then the last one of the kind of canvasy fabrics, I look for this type of thing to do outer layers of corsets, and I found this really cool looking fabric. I got 0.972 yards, so probably plenty to make a full corset, and it was originally $12.99 a yard, and it's 100% cotton, and yeah, it's a nice thickness, so this I think will make a really cool corset for Renfest. And then the last thing, I usually don't actually even look for these things. They never have them when I'm able to get stuff from the remnants. So these are specialty fabrics that I just feel really lucky to have found, actually. So when you are shopping through remnants, I'm shopping with Renfest in mind right now, so I always like different drapes and different textures to try to enhance my costumes a bit more. So I'm kind of working a lot with greens and purples right now. So this is a deep lichen. I didn't even notice the fabric content. It's 15% linen, 85% rayon. Rayon is a man-made version of linen. So this fabric's going to be amazing because linen and rayon actually wick sweat away from you, and it breathes as well, whereas cotton breathes, but that's why you get kind of sweaty spots. Cotton absorbs moisture, whereas linen is going to wick it away from you. And rayon, like I said, it's a man-made version of a fiber like linen is. So, this was a really good purchase. It's also a little more textured than in the weave in some way. I'll do a close-up. I can't quite describe it. I was planning on doing a skirt for this, but now that I know it's linen rayon, I will probably turn this into a underlayer, a chemise type style top, so that I have so that this will be really comfortable in our Minnesota summers. That's amazing. I'm so excited about that one. And then the last two are super specialty fabrics. This is the classic Joann's Casa collection, I think. Yeah, Casa collection lace in a deep forest green, which is going to be amazing. I'll have to grab my corset with my new outfit, which is this green corset, and this can be an overlayer skirt. And I got exactly 1 yard. It was $10.99, so $5.50 for this, and it's polyester, but for an overskirt that'll be fine. And then this was a surprise find. It's a deep blue polyester mesh netting type material, but it has all these pretty constellations and sequins all over it. So I'll fashion this into some other overlayer, either an overlayer of a corset I think would be really pretty, or maybe a drapey skirt. I have 0.778 yards. It was originally $25 per yard, which is a lot. So this would have come out to $19.44, and again, got it for 50% off. So this was my most expensive one. It was 10 bucks, but it's really cool. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, that's it. Quick video.